Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support here on the channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. You may also want to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, where I do have a bunch of other pick your card readings posted for you guys. For those of you that would like to book a private reading, you can find my email in the description box of every single video that I upload on this channel as well as my Moon Moth Goddess channel. It is the same email address for both. So if you do want to book a reading, that is the way that you can do that. Just keep in mind, I will never reach out to you through the YouTube comments or on any type of social media to approach you first for a reading. If somebody is sending you a message telling you that they want to give you a reading or they feel drawn to your energy and they want to give you a reading or read your palm or something crazy like that, and you didn't even ask for it, know that that is a scammer. It is not me. Okay, so don't send anybody money, especially when they're approaching you first for any type of a service. There are a lot of scammers out there, so just be careful. Okay, so today's pick a card reading, we are doing should you move. Okay, should you move? So I feel like we're going to go into this reading with the intention of primarily for those of you that are looking for a different place to live. Maybe you're feeling called to move to a different place, a different area. Now, that may even include changing jobs. Okay, changing jobs. So you may say, should I move careers or should I move house? Should I move to a different state? Should I move to a different country? However you want to use that, you know, what that means to you. Should you move? You know, move to a different position, different job, whatever it is, okay? So we are going to just kind of focus with that intention today. I'm going to leave it open and not be so super specific with what you're moving to. You know, because moving could mean different things to all of you because this is a general reading. So whatever is the first thing that you might think of, you know, in your own mind, whether it is moving location, moving to a different country, moving to a different city, moving to a different town, moving a different position, however you want to go about it, okay? But we are going to have 3 different selections for you today. Pile number 1 is going to be, I believe this is an agate. I think it's an agate. Moon. And then we have fire quartz for pile 2. And then pile number 3 is going to be a peach moonstone. Okay. So I am going to be putting in one of these cards to add for your reading to help you with choosing your pile. Okay. So let's get a card for pile number 1 and ask Spirit, please, for pile number 1. Should pile number 1 move? Should pile number 1 move? We have thriving. Okay. Let's see. Pile number 2 with the fire quartz. Should pile number 2 move? We have stillness. Should pile number 3 move? Whoa. Okay, so I'm going to take the gateway. We're going to put the rest of them away. And let's take a look at what your choices are. Okay, so we have thriving for pile 1, and I believe this is a flower agate. Okay, a flower agate moon. That's for pile 1. Pile number 2, we have stillness with the fire quartz. Okay. Pile number 3, we have the gateway, and that is with this peach moonstone for pile number 3. Okay, if you do feel drawn to more than one pile, you know, it may help to listen to a different one as well, if only you feel called to it. Okay, but I just don't want you guys to get confused because some of the responses coming from the different piles could be very different. So only if you really feel called to another one. Maybe there's another message in there for you. So should you move? Pile 1 with thriving and the flower agate moon. Pile number 2 with stillness and the fire quartz. And then pile number 3 with the gateway and the peach moonstone. Timestamps are down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile number 1. So those of you that resonated with this Thriving card and the Flower Agate Moon, we're asking Spirit today, should you move? So we're going to pull your tarot and we'll see what is coming through for you guys. So should pile number 1 move? Should pile number 1 move? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. Should pile number 1 move? Knight of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Queen, Knight, King of Cups. Should pile number 1 move? The 5 of Cups. The 4 of Pentacles. The 7 of Wands. And then we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. Okay, so what I'm getting here, I'm also noticing we have the 10 of Wands underneath that High Priestess. And the 10 of Wands is about a lot of energy, basically, especially with you guys moving, with the question about moving. The 10 of Wands can talk about a lot of stress, a lot of work, a lot of things, maybe literally. If you look at this bird here, this bird is carrying a very heavy load of wands here. So moving is stressful, right? It is stressful. That's to be expected with it. There's a lot going on. It can seem very chaotic. So what I'm seeing here, because we do have the High Priestess, and look at that, the 3 of Cups is a card of community. So maybe for some of you, intuitively, you're wanting a different community, thinking about a different community, or even moving to a community that has more like-minded people, or that has more social interactions, more time for socializing, meeting new friends, new connections, maybe something that you're feeling called to. So with the High Priestess being here, the High Priestess is about the intuition. And this is really, I'm feeling, because you guys have the Queen and King of Cups here and the Knight of Cups, I feel like more or less the answer to your question is something that Spirit feels you already have within inside of you. You already know what your heart is calling you to do. And part of listening to our intuition comes with honoring where our intuition is leading us. Where is your heart leading you, right? The Wheel of Fortune is also about going with the flow, okay? So more or less, as long as we're trusting what our intuition is telling us, you know, and if our heart is in us, I'm seeing the Knight of Cups energy here too. And the Knight of Cups is about opportunities. And I'm seeing that there is this cup that's balanced on this horse with this crow that is kind of like right behind it. So for some of you, I feel like you're feeling something about change here with the Wheel of Fortune. You're feeling some type of maybe turning point in your life where you're wanting change. Your heart is calling for change. I'm looking at how the Queen and the King of Cups, how we have the Queen who's looking to the left, which in the tarot is towards the past. And then I'm noticing in the King of Cups, it's looking ahead. To me, that's the future. Okay? So I feel like with the 5 of Cups energy here and the 4 of Pentacles, some of you may even be like trying to save money right now for your move. You may be feeling that, you know, am I going to be able to afford this financially? And with the 7 of Wands being here, I mean, because some of you with the 5 of Cups, it can even be feeling a little bit hopeless. Like, how can I make this happen? You know, how can I make this move possible? And that may come from really working towards saving right now, especially if this is something your heart really wants, is movement, is change. You know, I feel like with the 7 of Wands energy here, this is about you putting forth a lot of your energy towards making it happen. Okay, the 7 of Wands is about not backing down, standing your ground, and about perseverance. I feel like for some of you, there could be some challenges that are here. Okay, But it's about not giving up. I feel like the Seven of Wands, not giving up, because the Seven of Cups energy is also talking about many different choices that you might have, options. And maybe this can also be Spirit saying, don't go right away to choosing the first thing. Take some time, do your research, and really kind of look about to see what is going to be the best option for you, especially if you're feeling a call for some type of change here. And then you have thriving here, which some of you may very well be thriving in the environment that you're in right now. Okay? But if your heart is saying, I want change, then you might want to just kind of go with whatever it is your heart is telling you. Okay, with that. Also, I'm feeling that for many of you, especially if money is tight right now, or you're feeling that there's going to be more opportunities for you elsewhere, maybe like the current place that you're living right now is expensive, or even if it is a job change that you're making, like, should I move positions? Should I, move into this other place? We would still have that same advice that's going to apply here. This is about you, I feel like, preparing for the change. If that means saving money, setting money aside, because the Four of Pentacles is a stable energy. It is stability. But some of you may even feel like the current place that you're in right now is stagnant, and you're feeling that need for change. So in that case, with the Seven of Cups energy here, it is about exploring other options. Okay, exploring other options. Because I feel for many of you, it's going to be a good move in terms of maybe even helping you to thrive even more. Okay, maybe something. Some of you, yes, moving, it can also be, especially for those of you that are physically moving locations, it can be expensive. It can be pricey, so that can be a need for saving money. Okay, is kind of what I'm seeing there. So taking your time to really evaluate, reassess, I feel like everything that you've got going on. Let's just say that you're wanting to change position, you're wanting to change career, move careers. Really, I feel like what Spirit's saying here is that trust your heart. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is about going with the flow. And that could be leading you towards your destiny, towards your path, towards wherever you're meant to be. So I am feeling pretty positive about this being a yes for you, pile one. So let's see. Should you move? Pile number one. Should you move? And many of you have like dreams, right? Of things that you want to do, things that you want to accomplish. Okay. And I feel like you have the ability to make it possible. So should you move? Pile number one. We have nature. Maybe some of you are moving closer to nature. This can also be a need for you to spend time in nature so that you get the answers that you seek. Okay, sometimes it could be that we're asking Spirit for a sign, like, should I do this? Should I do that? And the universe will connect and communicate with us through nature as well. Okay, also this bird is surrounded by dandelions. Okay, and the dandelions are those little flowers that have those little seeds that you can kind of blow off them and make a wish. Okay, so maybe for some of you, it is the wish to be closer to nature. Let's see here. I'm feeling a lot of this is you trusting in your feminine energy here. Okay, the intuition. You already know the answer, I feel like, with the High Priestess. Should you move? We have release. Yeah, so some of you, I feel like looking at this release card, while we have this bird down here and the other ones are flying above, it makes me feel like there's something for some of you, the current situation that you're in right now, whether it's the place that you live or the place that you work, like you've outgrown it. It's almost like this, it's time for leveling up. Okay? Like maybe this place or this house or this apartment or this job has already served its purpose here. Okay? We've got anomaly. We've got fear. And then you have survival. Yeah, so maybe some of you are worried about how you're going to make it, right? Can I do this? But I feel like with the waterproof energy here, it's almost like Spirit's not wanting you to get into that place where you start to second guess yourself and you start to feel like, I can't make this possible. You know, to me, the waterproof is about you blocking out any of those negative thoughts that you might have about making this dream or this wish come true for yourself. Okay, so let's see what else. So should you move? I feel like the answer is yes. Should pile number 1 move? We have relaxation. And we have a community. Wow, look at that. Yeah, so some of you with your nature here, the community, I'm seeing woods here, foresty, naturey kind of thing. And then we have a woman here who's kind of laying back in a hammock, reading a book. So maybe for some of you, it's moving to a community that has more nature, that has more peace and quiet. Maybe more time. It's very relaxing maybe for some of you, which makes me feel like you're going to thrive in this. But looking at this here, the way that I'm looking at this is there's one giraffe here. There's one that's a little bit farther away. And then there's another one that's even further away over here. So it makes me feel like you could be moving to a little bit more of a remote area, or even a place that has more distance between you and your neighbor, right? You know how sometimes there's houses that are like, or places that are like so close to each other, they're almost like built on top of each other. So if it's kind of like a place that you're actually moving to, like a different house, a different apartment, something like that, that maybe this is something that allows you to connect with other like-minded people, but also allows for space, for quiet, for relaxation. Now, those of you where it's like you're wanting to move to a different job, okay, I'm feeling the same thing applies. It's you moving to a place that allows for an environment that is a lot more calming, a lot more peaceful, okay? Maybe for some of you, if you're living in a little bit of a rough area, you may be wanting to kind of get out of that too, you know? But yeah, I feel like this is a yes. Okay. Let's get any additional advice, guidance that Spirit has for you. Okay, so what is pile number 1's advice, guidance? It says be open to receive. Okay, be open to receive. So that could be bringing about opportunities your way to make this move possible. Whatever type of move it is. What is pile number 1's advice, guidance for this move? What is pile 1's advice? We have improvements in your abundance. Okay, so maybe for some of you, this move, whatever this is, a changing jobs or moving locations, is going to make improvements in your abundance if you do this. Okay, maybe some of you already know that intuitively. Maybe moving to a place that has a cheaper cost of living, or even moving to a position that's going to pay you more money. Okay, but either way, I'm feeling like this move is a good one. It's one that's helping to really kind of open things up for you. Okay, feminine energy. And that's kind of what I was getting earlier. It's like there's a need for, you know, moving into a place where you trust more of your feminine energy, more of your intuition, about recognizing that you are someone who has the ability to manifest. You know, it's about fertility, growth, creativity, with your ability to make this happen. Underneath the deck, I'm also seeing deciding factors, right? So it may even be that there is a need for you to really take some time to look at things, right? What things are important to you about this move, or things that you're wanting to accomplish here, right? That's why I feel like with the 7 of Cups energy here, this is Spirit saying, explore your options, right? See what's out there. See what, you know, what could be beneficial for you. Let's see what else. Let's get some advice, guidance for pile number 1 for their move, Spirit. What's the advice for pile number 1 for their move? We have released negativity, and that's what we were saying earlier, right? Any of the feelings of the I can't get this done or the negative thinking that goes along with that. Okay, and really kind of just trust where, because look at that. We've got fear is an illusion. Okay, and we also have the magic lies within you. You know, so to me, it's like you having the ability to make this happen. If that's what your intuition is drawing you towards, is to move, to go, right? Maybe, like I said, for some of you, it's saving money, you know, to kind of get things in order. But yeah, to me, this move is going to be something that really helps to kind of open things up for you to really thrive. Maybe for no longer feeling like I'm just surviving to like I'm living. You know, I've got more money, I'm living in a better area, or I'm living in, or working in a place that is really allowing me to thrive and grow. You know, maybe not even having to work so hard too, for some of you, where you have more downtime, more time to relax, more things to do with meeting, connecting with people in a new community, even for some of you. Okay. I'm feeling there's something very spiritual about this next move for you too, is we have this anomaly card where we have this white crow that's so different than the other crows that are there. It makes me feel like there's something about this move for you that is divinely guided, okay, to serve your highest good. So I definitely feel like you're on the path. If you're feeling the need for a shift or a change or a move, it's something that's divinely guided. Trust it. Okay, so that is all that I have for you, pile number 1. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonate with this stillness card and the fire quartz crystal, this is going to be your reading. So we're finding out today, should you move? So let's see the energy that is coming through for you. Should you move? Pile 2. Should pile number 2 move? Okay, so I notice we have stillness here, and then the first card out is the 4 of Swords. This is about you really taking some time to reflect, to rest, to meditate on this choice or this decision. Let's see what else is here. Should you move, pile 2? 3 of Wands. 6 of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Six of Wands. Should pile number 2 move? Oops. We have the Strength card. We have the High Priestess in reverse with the 8 of Swords. Okay. And the Devil. Okay. So what I'm getting from this is that this right here with this Devil card, I feel like is an issue. And it more or less, I feel like, is about the negative thinking. Okay. Because with the Devil energy here, this is about, some of you, this Devil energy may talk about your current situation that you're in, whether that is a toxic job, work environment, or even feeling stuck in some way. And so the Devil energy is something that does make us feel oppressed, held back, stuck, trapped. And I feel like with the 8 of Swords energy here, this is a lot of negative thinking, self-limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging thoughts that make us feel like we're stuck. So you being stuck, basically, in whatever situation you're in right now, is an illusion of being stuck. And this fear, I feel like, is something that is blocking out what your intuition is telling you. And I feel like your intuition is telling you to move. Okay? Because with the 4 of Swords energy, and I feel like the whole purpose of the stillness is to acknowledge these fears, these insecurities, these worries, these stresses that you have, because this again is a mental prison. This is illusion that we're keeping ourselves stuck in, right? That we feel like I'm stuck in this place or I'm stuck in this situation. There's nothing that I can do to get out of it, right? And that being something that is blocking out the intuition. So with the High Priestess in reverse, this is a need for us to kind of take time for ourselves in a way that you're not looking for outside answers to this question. You're more or less going from within the self. This is a need from withdrawing from the opinions of other people and more or less kind of going with what your own intuition is telling you without the fears, without the doubts, right? Because let's just say you have this idea in your mind and you say, I want to move, right? That's the idea. That's the plan. That's what you're thinking. But then all of a sudden, the ego comes in with, you can't afford to move. You can't do this. You're not going to make it happen. You're going to fail. You can't do that. It's all of that negative stuff to the point where you could give up on that dream to move or the need to shift or whatever it is that you're doing. So I feel like the whole purpose of the stillness in the Four of Swords is to get your mind in the right place of thinking clearly. Okay? That there, because this is trapped right here, or the illusion of being trapped or stuck with the devil. There's something here within your energy, whether, like I said, it's a toxic work environment, a toxic relationship, something here that is keeping you bound with the devil. Okay? The Three of Wands is about is anticipation, is waiting. It is maybe for some of you, you're waiting, instead of taking action and going for it, that you're waiting for something to change or you're waiting for something to come up, even though you have a plan about it and that plan is something that does require action, the fears can keep you stuck to the point where you say, oh, it's not time yet. Oh, I can't do it yet. I have to wait a little bit, like I have to wait until this gets better. I have to wait till this happens or that happens or, and we keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. So I feel like with the Three of Wands energy, this is about taking the first step. Okay, taking the first step. It's also about envisioning what you want for the future. Okay, the Three of Wands is about thinking ahead, planning ahead, foresight. Okay, so this can be you envisioning yourself through your meditation here of moving. Here, the Six of Swords is about moving on. The Knight of Wands is about going after something. And here we're seeing the horse that's taking off and the crow is flying right alongside of it. Okay, so I almost feel like this is Spirit kind of encouraging you in a way of you kind of channeling into that power that you have within inside of yourself. Because with the Strength card, this is about getting the ego under control, right? We've got ego over here, ego, fear-based thinking here with the Eight of Swords that are blocking out what our intuition is saying. Okay, so it can even be that there's some clouded judgment here that's coming along. But I feel like what Spirit's saying here is that with the Strength card, this is a need for you to be confident at this time. A need for you to be confident in your choice, in your decision, and knowing that you can make this happen. The Six of Wands is also a card of victory, success, achievement, being able to overcome an obstacle or what you may perceive as an obstacle right now of something that's blocking you from being able to make this move possible. Okay, so it's kind of like first, before we move, Spirit's kind of like in a way wanting you to kind of get your mind right, clear, so we can make clear decisions, choices, clear vision for what we want for a future. So let's see what else. Pile 2, should you move? Should pile 2 move? We have bond. We have upheaval. And we have illusion. Yeah, some of you might be stuck in a relationship or even a job situation. Yeah. The upheaval here is about change. It's kind of like the tower energy, right? Let's see what else. Should pile number 2 move? We have waterproof, survival, and exposed. Yeah, some of you, I feel like when you feel, and freedom at the bottom. So the answer is yes. Should you move? Yes. But I feel like, and I'm seeing preparation. It's like Spirit's wanting you to kind of get ready for it, plan for it. Okay? And get rid of any fears that you might have about the shift or change. Because for some of you, I mean, it could be a big thing, especially with the bond here. Some of you, it could even be a relationship that you would be letting go of. Or like if you live with someone and you're wanting to get out of that environment or job, right? It is going to create chaotic energy here, right? It is going to create some form of upheaval. And some of you could be that whole fear of survival, like how am I going to live? How am I going to support myself? How am I going to make this change? That you have to understand the fear being the illusion. So for many of you, if you are literally worried about money, finances, things of that nature, this is Spirit saying here, get prepared for it. Let's prepare for it. Let's see what we want for the future. It may be that you're not quite ready yet. Okay. For some of you, you're not quite ready yet. There is some planning that needs to take place here. Okay. There is a plan, I feel like, for some of you. Let's see. Because I feel like with the exposed here, it's kind of putting you in a place where you feel very vulnerable. Should pile number 2 move? Should pile number 2 move? Release. And we have voyage. Yeah, so this makes me feel like there's something here you're leaving behind. The voyage to me is the movement, but some of you are needing to come up with a plan and prepare for it. I feel like, and with the whole waterproof energy, it's about not letting the illusions of fear, insecurities, or doubts kind of affect your energy. Some of you may be literally moving for survival in a sense that you're trying to get yourself out of a toxic environment for some of you. Okay. I don't know. Maybe some of you, this is symbolic of going through a separation or divorce for some of you. Preparing for freedom, though, is what I'm seeing. I want to look at what this illusion is. Actually, let's use another deck. Okay, so what is this illusion? What is the illusion for pile number 2? The 9 of Pentacles. Illusion surrounding independence. Maybe feeling, can I take care of myself? Will I be financially stable? What is the illusion about the 10 of Cups? Maybe some of you are in this illusion of happiness. Like, I feel like telling yourself that you're happy in a situation when you're really not. And you're not deep down inside. And I feel like the overthinking, overanalyzing is also something that blocks out happiness here too. There's something in your environment or where you're living or where you're working for many of you that you're needing to get yourself out of. And I feel like there's an illusion that's keeping you stuck. Whether it's your own thinking or there's the illusion of not being able to get out of it. So I feel like, should you move? Yes. Some of you, though, are needing to prepare for this. And it could take some work, especially if you're trying to get out of like a marriage or a relationship or a job that you've been in a long time and you are independent, you are single, you are paying your own bills and stuff like that, where you don't have, like for some people that are married, they have joint, right? Bank accounts, money together. Now, if you're by yourself or even planning to be by yourself, that requires more planning, right? Getting things in order, which may be the case for some of you, okay? I'm also seeing the Mother of Wands at the bottom, the Queen of Wands, which is about you being confident in yourself. It's also about you taking the lead, you know, believing in yourself here. So let's get some advice for you, pile number 2. Yeah, some of you, I'm feeling the environment that you're in is not a good one for you. And there's a need for shifting that. But it is maybe for some of you, especially if you are taking care of yourself, you are independent, that it is something that does require planning, okay? Let's see. Pile number 2, should you move? What is pile number 2's guidance, advice on this move? What is pile 2's guidance, advice on this move? We have energy healing. Energy healing. So maybe for some of you, there's maybe a need to healing certain aspects within the mind, self-sabotaging thoughts or behavior. We have keep moving forward. Okay. So maybe some of you that have a plan that you want to move, this is Spirit saying keep moving forward with that idea, right? And healing any thoughts surrounding that. It says you already know the answer. Okay, should I move? You already know the answer. We have like-minded people, and it says allow your higher self to guide you. Okay, and allowing your higher self to guide you, you could be connecting through stillness, meditation. Okay, asking your higher self for a sign. Okay, be specific. Ask your spirit guide, say, I really want to make this move. Please send me, I don't know, a bunch of elephants. Let me see elephants to know if this is the right move that I'm making. Okay. Be specific with whatever it is that you want your spirit guides to show you. We have seek solitude, okay? Because that is going to help you. Like I said, instead of going outside of ourselves, listening to other people, what this person thinks you should do, what that person thinks you should do, it's about you taking that time to kind of introspect and reflect within inside of the self for the answers. So pile number 2, should you move? Should pile number 2 move? What is their advice and their guidance, Spirit? What is pile 2's? We have, there is something better. There is something better. Okay. Maybe for some of you, if you have like a plan already of where you want to move to or where you want to go, this could even be Spirit telling you, maybe take some more time to think about it. Okay. There may be a better, something else unfolding for you. Should you move? It could even be something better than what you've got right now, right? With there's something better. Pile, let's see. We've got boundaries, temporary discomfort, and destined. You know? So maybe for some of you going through these changes that you're going through right now, this is Spirit letting you know that this situation is only temporary. Maybe for some of you, boundaries is something that you were needing at this time with another person, other people. We have destined here. So it makes me feel like there's something about your situation, like I said, that doesn't feel the greatest for you. Okay, or maybe something you're not completely comfortable with. So I'm feeling there is that need for a shift or for a change. Okay, some of you literally can be moving to a completely different country. Okay, is kind of what I'm getting here as well for some of you. Okay, so that is all that I have for you, pile number 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with the Gateway card and the Peach Moonstone, this is going to be a reading today. So we're finding out, should you move. So we're going to look at your tarot first and see what is coming through for you for pile number 3. Should pile number 3 move? We have the King of Cups. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. Should pile number 3 move? We also have the Two of Wands. Some of you, I don't know, this may only be for one of you that's watching this, but some of you, I'm getting that there is some type of ending here. Some of you could be ending something. I'm getting a water sign energy here. Some of you could be ending something with a water sign. An air sign is what I'm seeing here. Some of you, I feel like there's a lot of healing that Spirit is talking about. Yeah, a lot of healing that's coming through for you. Let's see what else. Should you move? We have the Hanged Man. And I will say, during your pre-shuffle energy, before I started recording, the World came out, flipped right out when I was just kind of shuffling in. So some of you could be at a place already where you're nearing the completion of a cycle, or have just, you know, come to that place where there is a cycle that's ending, to allow for some type of new beginning for you. And I noticed that in your Gateway card, there's a unicorn here that looks like it's in between this little passage here with all of this light that is coming through. So we'll see. Look at that. We've got the Sun. Should pile number 3 move? We have the Two of Swords and the Page of Wands. Okay, so yeah, some of you, I'm getting that there's already this ending that's here. You're ending something. And for you, pile 3, I feel like the answer is yes. But I feel like what's happening here is that Spirit's saying that you may be in a place where you're thinking about it a lot, but there is action that is required from you. This could be a need for really making a decision, I feel like, because with the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords both being here, you know, this can be about the planning up here with the Two of Wands. And then the Two of Swords could be that you feel very torn or conflicted about maybe moving out of, let's just say, a current situation that you're in at this time. And I feel like with the King of Cups energy here, that your heart may be telling you that, you know, yes, I want to move. I want to do this. And it could be that you are, you know, thinking about it a lot with that Ten of Swords. I feel like a lot of maybe anxious thoughts, overanalyzing, just kind of going over and over and over again in your mind about the idea of moving. But I am feeling that with the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords, this energy can lead to stagnancy, you know, where we're thinking a lot about doing something, but then we're not really taking the action that is required in order to get something done that we may be feeling in our heart. And I'm looking at the Hangman here, where this is Spirit saying here, there is some, I feel like, change or shift of perspective that may be needed. So with the Hangman, this is about taking a pause, taking a break. Okay, taking a break and taking some time to reflect within yourself. I am feeling that this is also about resolving or bringing to an end any type of inner conflict that you might have with inside of yourself about the move. Because with the Page of Wands is about starting down a new path, headed down, a new direction, pursuing what your passion is, or it could be, moving ahead with some type of creative idea that you might have in your mind. And it's about that youthful energy of excitement and adventure and, things of that nature. And then you have the Knight of Swords energy here, which is about quick decisions, and about being confident in your choice and in your decision. And I feel for some of you, the Two of Wands, could indicate that you are planning the move, but the Two of Swords can also, lead you to a place where you have conflicting thoughts or even ideas about the whole idea of moving, or even if you're thinking about like where am I moving to? Where should I go? So I feel like with the King of Cups, it's like there's a need to follow your heart, with what your heart and your intuition is telling you to do. But I feel like some of you with that Ten of Swords energy maybe kind of way overthinking it a little bit, and maybe needing to just kind of take a little bit of a pause and take some time to think about, maybe what you want for your future, what you want your future to look like, so that can be something that helps to guide you along with your decision here. Because I feel like Spirit is wanting you to feel confident in where you move to. With the Sun energy here, this is a card of happiness and joy, abundance, a sense, a feeling of fulfillment. And I feel like I want to clarify this Hangman energy, because I feel like Spirit's saying here, there's a need for shifting. I'm actually going to use a different deck. There's the need for shifting perspective. And maybe if you are, I would say maybe bordering along the lines of negative thinking or overthinking, and that being something that is blocking you from being able to make the decision to just go, so let's see, why is the Hanged Man here? And looking at this King of Cups, there is like a little boat that is like sailing away here, where the crow is, looking to the right in the tarot. To me, that's kind of headed towards the future. Let's see, why is the Hanged Man here? We have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so the Seven of Pentacles is like a pause, much like the Hangman is taking a break, taking a pause to gain some insight or some perspective. But the Seven of Pentacles is reevaluating and reassessing, maybe say what your current situation is and deciding whether or not you want to, let's just say, stay where you are, or if you are really wanting to move forward. So there's a need for listening to the heart here and the intuition. But I'm feeling that for some of you, maybe the idea of change is something that maybe scares you, or that you start thinking a lot of anxious thoughts about the whole idea. And that is something that I feel like brings about stagnancy for you, where it's like the whole idea is like, I plan it, I think about it, but I'm not doing anything to take action. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's fear. And for some of you, or just like afraid of this change that, that it could create here. Sometimes, change can be scary. It doesn't always go smoothly. And sometimes it's, it is a little scary, because it is us doing something completely new. We're stepping outside of our comfort zone. Oftentimes with the whole idea of it. And I feel like your heart and your intuition is telling you, you know, to do it. Um, let's see what else. Why is the Hanged Man here? We have the Seven of Cups. Yep, the Seven of Cups is, I'm basically, I feel like Spirit's saying, to me, this is kind of like the pause before action. It's like Spirit's wanting you, knowing that in your heart, you want the change, you want the move. But this is also, I feel like, feeling very worried about taking the action that is required in order to make a dream happen. And so I feel like with this, with the Seven of Cups energy here, actually both of these are sevens too. The sevens connect into the Chariot in the tarot. And the Chariot is about having the willpower to do something, the determination, the focus, the discipline, balancing out our energy so that we can move forward towards a place of success. So it's almost like this is something that your heart is telling you that you want to do, but you also have to create a plan. You have to, like, what is your vision? What is your dream for this change? So that you can take the, or make the decisions that are necessary in order for you to bring that dream to the 3D. So I feel like this is Spirit saying here, before you just make a decision to just kind of make a quick change, take some time to think about what it is, like, what is the goal? What are you moving towards? You know, like, let's just say that you are living in a place right now that you're not happy with. And then your real goal, your real dream, your real vision, let's just say, is to live in a beautiful home, or have a, you know, maybe it's a job thing, a career position, that your dream is to be at this place. I want to be here, but I'm here right now. So instead of making the steps that are necessary to get to what the dream is, are you making decisions that are kind of like out of alignment with that? You know? So I feel like for some of you, this is where Spirit is saying, take this time to really think, okay, what do I want? What is the vision here? What is the plan? So that you can make sure that you are making these moves with confidence, not something that is, let's just say, good for now, and then you still end up unhappy. You know, I feel like more or less it's about Spirit saying, you know, of course, do what makes you happy, but also think carefully about your plan. Let's see what else. Why is the Hanged Man here? We have the Three of Wands in reverse. So yeah, I'm feeling like there's a need for, I'm feeling there's a real need for a plan here. So this almost makes me feel like with your answer, should you move, I feel like it's a yes, but not yet. Yes, but not yet. Because I feel like Spirit's saying here, you need to have a clear plan of what your goal is, of what it is that you truly want, so that you're not making, I would say, impulsive decisions that may not bring you the happiness that you're looking for, or the contentment that you're looking for. Take this time to come up with, I would feel like, a practical plan, a solid plan, of where you see yourself, right? A year from now, 5 years from now, and then start making decisions towards whatever that goal is. Because like I said, with the sevens here, it's all connected into that energy of the Chariot. And so with that, we need to have a clear vision, right, of what that looks like, so that we're not just kind of not thinking, I feel like, clearly, and then just making like sudden decisions or choices without thinking about what we want. Like, what is the goal? What's the whole point for moving? Let's see here. Why is the Two of Swords here? we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So one thing also I feel like Spirit's advice here is to try to minimize the anxiety, the worrying, and that may also be something for you too that's also blocking you from being able to have the willpower to make a change, But yeah, I'm feeling that Spirit is saying here that whatever your dream or your vision is, let's start making some of you, it's even just making the first step, taking the first step towards what that dream is of yours, you know? It may not be that you're able to go, say, like from point A to point B in one move, but at least you can stay on the path to get to where you want to be, you know? I'm kind of feeling there. Something that is in alignment with what your goal is, so that, like I said, like you're not making a decision to move into a completely something that you don't even want or you don't even like or that's not going to make you happy. It's like Spirit's really wanting you to focus on what your plan is. What's the plan? What's the goal? Like what is it that you really truly want? What is it that your heart really wants? And let's start taking action towards that to make it happen. Okay? So that you feel more confident. And I feel like a lot of what may be taking the confidence away, like I said, for some of you, it's the fear of change, anxiety, overthinking things, and that being something that may block out your intuition. Okay, let's see. Why is the Two of Wands here? We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so yeah, the Seven of Swords energy is a lot of scattered thoughts, scattered thinking, and our own thoughts being deceptive. So it could be that your own fears are blocking you from moving past the planning stage, where you just kind of are at the crossroads and thinking, okay, I want this, I want to move, I want the change, I'm having dreams about it, but there's not the action behind it. So this is where we're needing, with that Three of Wands energy in reverse, this is where we're needing to come up with some type of a plan, or, if let's just say we've already tried something, we've already tried a plan, this can kind of be rethinking things a little bit, maybe finding a solution. Maybe let's just say if the first plan or idea that you have, maybe it's not going to work out, that Three of Wands in reverse is to rethink, look for solutions. Like, okay, how can I get this done? Is there another way of doing this? Is there another way of me getting to what that goal is or that dream is, But yeah, to me, that Seven of Swords is a lot of scattered thinking. So there's a need to just kind of really, that's why Spirit's saying here, take the break, take a pause, so you can be very clear on what it is that you want here. Okay, it is kind of what I'm getting. Let's see. Let's look at this Ten of Swords. We have the Daughter of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. We have Temperance. Yeah, for some of you, I'm feeling there's a need for patience here as well. There's a need for patience. So yeah, I feel like should you move, I'm feeling like it's not, like you need a plan. I feel like it is the main message here. You need a plan. And I feel like the answer is yes, because that's what your heart is saying. However, we need a plan here. We need to take some time to evaluate, reassess what we're putting our energy into right now. Is it in alignment of where we're wanting to, say, move to or go to? Let go of the fears and the anxiety. A lot of the scattered thinking, there's a need for clarity. Okay? Because if we're making decisions with this, the Seven of Swords is when we're rushing. we're rushing, like trying to hurry up and do something, you know, without a plan, basically without a plan. So this is where Spirit is saying with Temperance is, let's do this in a place of more calm, centered, grounded energy. You know, is kind of what I'm getting there. All right, so let's look at this Page of Wands, and then we're going to pull some other cards. Why is the Page of Wands here? We have the Hierophant. I almost feel like Spirit's saying here, where you're at right now, there is some lesson that is to be learned in this. There's some lesson here. So some of you, it could be this need for a pause, a break, because the Hangman energy brings insight, enlightenment, awareness. It's a different way of looking at something. So this is Spirit saying, before you move forward, there is a shift of perspective that is needed. You know, so that you're moving forward from a more balanced energy versus out of, maybe for some of you, like fight or flight mode. You know? Yeah, I'm feeling there's a lesson here. From where you're at right now, I feel like energetically, it's like Spirit's not wanting you to move forward in that energy. It's a need for you to really change your perspective. And I feel like it is about maybe your dream, your vision, your plan. There's a lesson here. Why is the Page of Wands here? We have the Queen of Wands. Maybe for some of you, it's building up the level of confidence in yourself, your power. We've got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. I'm seeing the Page of Swords underneath the deck, the Daughter of Swords. The Page of Swords is about a need for gathering information, researching, looking things up. More information is required. And with the Queen of Swords, this is about being honest with yourself. It is about making decisions from a clear headspace, right? So I feel like Spirit's saying you're getting stuck here because your thoughts may be kind of like disorganized and all over the place. You could be thinking about this and then thinking about this and that. So it's kind of like we need to just kind of like sit down and say, okay, what is the plan? What is the goal here? Where are we trying to go? What do we want? What are we doing? So that we can come up with something that feels more grounded, more solid. Okay? And maybe in that space that you are recognizing, you know, the confidence you needing to have with inside of yourself. Maybe that is working on your confidence, working on your self-esteem. So that you feel much more powerful, I feel like, in your moves, right? Because it's almost like if you try to move right now, it almost feels like the energy's ungrounded that you're trying to move forward with. So Spirit's like, hold on a second. Before we do anything, let's take a second to think about things, you know? Because ultimately, it's like Spirit's wanting you to be confident and happy in this move that you're making, right? But not that we're hurrying up and trying to rush a decision that is made out of fear-based thinking. You know, like let's really ground the energy and be very clear. You know, transmuting, I feel like, any negative or lower vibrational energies, and that can come from your own fears, your own doubts. Maybe, like I said, for some of you, a fear of change, conflict that you have with inside of yourself. Maybe if you're in a situation for some of you that, like I said, it almost feels like some of you are trying to get out of a situation. Or you're in a situation right now that you're not happy with. And there may be a need for you to take some time to think, okay, what is the plan to really get out of here? To make a move, to make a change, you know? So yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I feel like maybe not right now is really what I'm feeling here. It's like Spirit's saying, let's take a second, take a pause, come up with a plan, and then we can move forward. When you are in a clear headspace where you know exactly, because the Queen of Swords is very like laser focused energy. This is having a vision, having a plan, taking action, making decisions, and being very clear about where, almost like you're needing to make this move with focused intention, because this is scattered energy, okay, with that Seven of Swords. Also very fear-based. You know, so there's like a need to just kind of get the thoughts together, clear the mind, take a pause, take a break. Okay, is what I'm feeling here. So let's see. Pile 3, should you move? Yeah, I feel like the answer is yes, but maybe for some of you, it's a need to just kind of ground the energy. Let's focus on what we're doing, and then we can go, and then we can move. I'm feeling for many of you that there is a lesson in this. Where you're at right now, there's a lesson here. Okay? That you're needing to learn. And this lesson is something that's helping you to change or shift your perspective, maybe about yourself, about your situation, or so that you see your situation for what it truly is. And this being something that helps you to say, okay, I'm done with this lesson, and it's time to move on. It's time to move forward. So let's see. Yeah, I feel like there's a lesson here for you. Should you move? Pile number 3. Should pile number 3 move? We have grief. So some type of loss. Maybe for some of you, like I said, healing. There's healing that is needed before you move forward. Okay? Maybe for some of you, you're letting something go. Maybe it's a part of yourself. Maybe some of you literally, it is the loss of someone that you've loved. Okay? We have commitment. Okay, some of you could be letting go of a commitment that you have. Okay. Let's see. Should pile number 3 move? This one wants to come out. We have risk. Should pile number 3 move? Direction. Exposed. And then we have night. Okay, so again, this is a need for taking a pause. Okay, I'm seeing upheaval at the bottom. So, you know, when we move, no matter what we're doing, right, it does feel very chaotic at times. Even if it is something that we plan, it could still be upheaval, right? Because we're doing things, we're getting things are changing, right? So for some of you, like I said, I was getting this energy here about a relationship, a connection, ending something here. And I feel like it could put you in a place where you do feel very vulnerable, you know? Yeah, this energy of night is about taking time for rest, reflection. And I feel like in that space is where you're going to be guided, like where, you know, where to, with the direction here. You know, it's almost like for some of you, especially if you're in a situation right now where you're not wanting to be, the Page of Wands is a very excited energy. So it's kind of like Spirit's wanting you to move forward with excitement, with passion, you know, with happiness. So, and some of you may be needing, you know, to kind of, like I said, look at what your current situation is. Because some of you, it could be that it's a situation that's not good for you and you haven't seen that yet. You know? And that's not going to be for all of you, but some of you, I'm getting there's a message there about that. Like, as there's a current situation that you're in right now, and that could either be that it's the environment you live in, or it is the energy that you're holding on to with inside of yourself that is not great. So it's kind of like Spirit saying, let this go here. There's a lesson to be learned here. let this energy go here, or this situation or this person or this job or whatever it is, let this go here, so that when you move forward, you're not bringing this energetic baggage with you, right? There's something that you're needing to change or shift your perspective about. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, and maybe for some of you, if it is a commitment that you have, you know, maybe that's something that you'd be letting go of. Okay, let's see what else. Pile number 3. Should you move? We have release. Yeah, there's things to let go of here. Simplicity. So you feel a lot lighter. Okay, and I'm seeing opportunity at the bottom. Okay. Opportunity. So yeah, I feel like it's a yes for you, but at the same time, there's a need for taking like a little bit of a break here, a pause to think about things. Loosen your grip. Okay. Maybe for some of you, if it's something that you're holding on to, this is Spirit saying, let go, right? Loosen the grip here. Let's see here. What is pile number 3's guidance, advice? Yeah, I feel like a change of perspective before you move forward with this move. Your ancestors support your decisions, and it says the door is open. Pile number 3. What is the advice for pile number 3? Advice and guidance. We have ego ruling over your intuition. Okay. The ego is ruling over the intuition, which means that with the ego, this can be a lot of fears, a lot of doubts, a lot of worries, a lot of insecurities. Okay. So there's a need to not move forward from the ego, right? The ego is serving to protect us, but sometimes it could be steering us in the wrong direction, away from where the intuition was saying. Okay. This is why I feel like the pause is needed here. So what is pile number 3's? Let's take this one. It says, ask your spirit team for help. And we also have obsessions here. To me, this is the obsessive thinking. Okay. Obsessively thinking about something. We also have make it happen. Okay. Make it happen. Let's see. Should you move? So maybe for some of you, like I said, there is action that is required. Taking that first step. But from a clear headspace, right? From the intuition leading you versus the ego. Okay, let's see. What is pile 3's guidance, advice? We have too much overthinking. What is pile 3's advice and guidance on this move? And we have keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And we have life purpose. Okay. So yeah, I feel like this is helping you in a way, kind of like I was saying earlier, moving forward with purpose, with focused intention, versus the scattered thinking, the fear-based thinking of moving forward, right? That's where the change of perspective is needing here, so that you are aligning with your destiny. Every move, every step that you make moving forward is made with purpose, versus I'm fear-based thinking right now, and because of that, I'm making other choices and decisions that aren't really what I want and aren't really leading me to what my dream or my vision is, but they feel safe and comfortable for right now. You know, that's where I'm feeling like Spirit's saying, should you move? Yes. However, let's take some time to think about this first. We cannot move forward with that energy. We have to move forward with confidence, you know, with focused intention, with, you know, bringing these dreams that you have to life and feeling confident enough to know you can make it happen. Okay. Maybe loosen your grip off of the comfort zone, right? What feels safe. Okay. Change, yes, can be scary. Moving, you know, But it's like Spirit's wanting you to be happy with the choice, happy with the decision, feeling content. So if you're not feeling that way just yet about that, this is where we take the pause. Maybe for some of you, there is some healing that's needed, right? Maybe it's healing a certain part of yourself, you know, so that you're able to release some of that energy before you move forward. Okay? So that is all that I have for you, pile number 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.